When I pulled up to my ranch after a long business trip, the last thing I expected was flashing red and blue lights waiting for me at my own gate. The officers weren't there for a burglary or disturbance. They were there because a woman from the local HOA had called, insisting I was trespassing on what she called community property. What she didn't know was that not only did I own every square foot of that land, but I also happened to be one of the people who oversees HOAs across the entire country. Karen, the self-appointed queen of the neighborhood HOA, stormed toward my truck before I even had a chance to step out. She pointed at me like she was casting judgment from a throne. "This ranch is under HOA authority. Can't just come here unannounced," she barked, clearly enjoying the audience of officers standing by. I calmly rolled down my window and handed the officers my deed, clearly showing the property boundaries and my name on every line. The cops raised their eyebrows, already realizing they had been dragged into another one of Karen's melodramas. But Karen wasn't ready to let it go. She launched into a speech about rules, fines, and community standards, insisting that my fencing and cattle didn't meet HOA guidelines. That's when I smiled. Because while Karen thought she was about to make an example out of me, she had no idea who she was dealing with. "Ma'am," I said slowly, "I'm not just the owner of this ranch. I sit on the national board that oversees HOA regulations. In America, in other words, I'm the person who evaluates HOAs like yours." You could have heard a pin drop. The officers tried not to laugh, but their smirks gave them away. Karen's face drained of color as I pulled out my credentials, confirming everything I had just said. Suddenly, the woman who had been so loud and confident just moments ago went completely silent. I turned to the officers and explained that the HOA had no jurisdiction over my ranch or any authority to harass property owners outside their designated boundaries. They nodded, apologized for the inconvenience, and left. Karen, meanwhile, sputtered excuses before hurrying off like a cat caught in the rain by the next HOA meeting. Word had spread that the woman who tried to kick me off my own land had actually picked a fight with someone who regulates her entire organization. Needless to say, she lost her little crown of power, and my ranch remains exactly as I want it. Some battles, you win quietly. Others you win by simply showing up with the truth. Asterisk, this story is just the beginning. There is so much more ahead. Subscribe to the channel to join me on this journey.